Hey y'all, welcome back to Pancakes and Pandemonium. This is Monday, and what's for dinner? Guys, this was an easy week, but it was such a good week. I had two a little bit more involved meals and two just crazy easy recipes, but the truth is they're all crazy easy. So for starters, we had cheese ravioli with rainbow sweet corn. Y'all see that's the purple and yellow corn that I got a couple grocery hauls back. Utah grows the best corn. It is sugary sweet. I kid you not. And guys, this recipe came together so fast. I've got water boiling while I am chopping up this corn, and that is as long as the meal took to boil water and take corn off the cob. It was insane and so delicious. So I wanted to make sure I got all the corn off the cob because I knew it was probably going to go fast. I've got Costco ravioli in the pot starting to cook. I went ahead and dropped it and then came over to the pan, did a little bit of olive oil and I don't know, just like a healthy pat of butter. Like, what is that? Like maybe 2 tablespoons, a tablespoon and a half, I think. See, just kind of wasn't even like precious about it. Just dropped it in the pan. Olive oil and butter is so delicious, and it lends such a good flavor to dishes, especially easy dishes. So yeah, see the corn, oh gosh, the ravioli, it takes maybe 5 minutes, like no joke. Once it's floating to the top, it's pretty much ready. So I knew I had just seconds to go. I don't like corn cooked a long time, especially the summer corn. It is so sweet. I just wanted a quick, like, warming of it. Just dump it in, move it around. I can't even remember if I added salt and pepper, and then started adding the ravioli. And I wasn't like, see, I kind of gave it a little shake, but not really, because I wanted a little bit of that pasta water in there, because pasta water is starchy, and it just brings the dish together. So it takes all of those ingredients and I don't know how to describe it. It pulls together almost like a sauce, and in the event you're making a pasta with a sauce, it actually helps the sauce like stick to the pasta better. So you always want a little bit of pasta water. And yeah, I just tossed it all together, made sure all of that ravioli got coated in that delicious butter and olive oil. You know, I didn't cook it all the way in the pan. It was just floating up, and so it finished cooking. Just the teeniest bit of salt and pepper. It always looks like more when it's being sprinkled down, but I promise you it was maybe a teaspoon of salt and 3/4 of a teaspoon of pepper. And this is Parmesan I'm adding, because I mean Parmesan, right? And use what you have. I try to keep a big block from Costco in my fridge. I just find it's cost effective and it's easy and it lasts me forever. And the Parmesan kind of mixes in with all those things I was telling you. The sauce and the corn, and it just makes like a really, really light sauce. And then like boom, time to eat. So here's how I did it. I just scooped it out. See, a couple of the raviolis fell apart, but I'm telling you guys, this had great texture and it was not overcooked. This was my bowl, and I also wanted some goat cheese, the free goat cheese from that Target haul I showed you guys. Gracie had a little bit of goat cheese on hers, and nobody else wanted any. Everybody else just added extra Parmesan. And let me tell you, everybody was so happy. This was so delicious, so easy, and a perfect summery hot dish. You know what I mean? Just perfect. Okay, so next up, we had a chorizo corn chowder. And I decided to do this in the crock pot. It came to me, I made it up on the fly. And so this isn't the set recipe. I will make some adjustments to this, but for a first go, it worked out great. Yes, I had to throw away the orange pepper. I also had to throw away those shallots. They had sat too long, and the shallots had like black rings in them. Once I got in there, they weren't any good. And the orange pepper had like white starting to coat the inside. So I had this one teeny tiny red onion left. And so I cut up the yellow pepper, and I decided to heck with it. Like, we're going to use this teeny tiny onion. Flavor is flavor. And next time, I think I don't know if I need another onion next time, or if I just need to add some like dried onion to add flavor, because I feel like onion powder, dried minced onion, and fresh onion, I feel like they all add different dimensions of flavor, if that makes sense. But so I just tried to prep everything as best I could. I knew I wanted the vegetables to pre-cook a little bit, and I used 2 packages of the cacique chorizo, and I had got those a while back. I had a coupon for them, and they were 10 for 10. So they ended up being something crazy, like 75 cents or 50 cents a piece. And I bought 5 pork and 5 beef. And honestly, I just kind of grab them, mix them. Here I used 2 packages, and I'll tell you, in the long run, I did not feel like it was enough. Next time I make this, I will either do these and add ground beef to bulk it up, or I will, or I will add a 3rd or 4th chorizo. These have big flavor, I feel like, though, but the meat is so much finer that maybe it just needs ground beef. I'm going to have to play around with it and see. It was really good, though, and it just needed more. I don't know how to explain it. It just needed more. This is a Kasori multi-pot, and you guys, I love it. I can make everything in one pot, even saute. So, and if you don't have something like this, you can cook the ingredients on the stove, then add it, or just dump it all in. Heaven knows, I have just had kind of simple crock pots for years, and I don't like to dirty dishes, so I rarely pre-cook things on the stove. Yes, I added potatoes because I was going for kind of a chowder type feel. And so I thought corn and chowder and like chorizo. So potatoes are always good, and they're a good filler. I did kind of feel later like this needed black beans or something added to it. But again, we'll play around with that later at another time. I chopped all the vegetables, tried to get them to where they would like cook well and easy, and then just started dumping everything in. I wanted them to have a good saute together. You notice I cooked a lot of the meat first. I let that get started. Like I said, I wanted this to have a good saute because I started this around lunchtime. So it just had a few hours to cook. And then to it, I added Trader Joe's onion salt. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. and I added some cumin. And beyond that, I kept the seasonings super simple because chorizo has a ton of flavor. A little bit of that flavor really, really stretches. So, and, oh, I added some of the flat iron chili flakes too. So, I wanted all of these to cook together first. Plus, I'm telling you, when you cook your spices first, you kind of let them toast and cook and saute with your vegetables. You get such an amazing flavor. Oh, oregano. Okay, that should definitely be it. Sorry about that, y'all. But as I was saying, when you cook these herbs and spices first and you let them toast all together, they are so good. So good. That was salt, the last thing I added. The flavor, I don't know how to explain it. I know on Food Network they say it rounds out, but you get a deeper flavor profile of those spices that you're cooking, and it's just so much better. So put the lid on, let it go for a few minutes, just like that. And then we're going to start adding stuff. I used Mexican street corn, and next time, I don't know if I'll add 2 bags, or like I said, just adjust some of the other ingredients because it wasn't as chunky as I liked. A can of green chilies. 2 cans of green chilies. See, I started to say 2 and then I second guessed myself. Come on, Sarah. And then, so this is one of my missteps, you guys. Y'all remember all that cream corn we got? My goal was to use it, so that we're using it. And I added 4 cans. And the truth is, it just did not need it. The corn flavor was super pronounced. And so next time I will just add 2, maybe even 1 can. Because yes, I want to use it up, but I want to be thoughtful in the way I'm using it up. So, and I had forgotten how strong of a sweetness canned cream corn has. And as you'll see coming up here, I added coconut milk, and it just didn't need that much. And if it's going to have that much, it needs more chorizo to hold up to the sweetness to give it a balance. So, yeah, next time I think less cream corn and ground beef and 1 more chorizo, and that'll give it kind of a heartier texture, I think. And this was good. Everybody ate it. Yeah, I added about 1/3 of a box of chicken broth. I was trying not to get it too soupy, and it was pretty soupy. So, but it was good. Especially for a first run recipe. You just never completely nail it first time. You gotta keep making adjustments and going back. Guys, I love coconut cream, and I love Thrive Market's coconut cream. I really like Trader Joe's as well. It is so good, and it just adds the most amazing flavor. And it's particularly good for me at this phase in life because I can't handle as much dairy. So I wish things would project on camera the way they were in real life, because I can tell you this color is not doing it justice. It was like sunset orange. Me and Gracie kept oohing and aahing over how pretty this soup was. It just, the colors of orange from the chorizo, and then as you swirled in the coconut milk, oh my word, it was so good. This was the final thing, and it did help bring the recipe around for this application. The hope is next time I don't need a whole bottle. I can just add a little bit for spice and flavor, or about half the bottle. I ended up using the whole bottle this time. And again, the swirls and the color, it was just, this is a beautiful soup. the camera does not do it justice. Like, I know I'm just going on and on, but it was really quite beautiful, you guys. So,
Looks like the red rock.
I gave everything a good stir, and it was about here I was starting to realize, like, I don't know. We may need a little less. I was tasting it. I knew we were going to work with it, but there will be adjustments next time. And I'm just trying to show you, this cooks on medium, which is what I cooked mine at, but next time I'll cook it on high. This works really well high for 4 hours. All right, guys, good old-fashioned sloppy joes. This was one of Mason's birthday weekend requests. And I've been trying to find recipes from scratch, but we had this in the cabinet and it expired in December, like this coming December. So I didn't want to be wasteful. Oh, somebody's going out back. I didn't want to be wasteful, so I really wanted to use that can, and there's one more can up there that I will use because I want to make sure that it's, I'm probably explaining this here. I probably should have cut me talking out since I'm voiceovering. But just super simple. We brown the meat really good. I've showed you guys what I do for the beef so that I get the meat browned and get some of the fat out. And then just, guys, it was as simple as adding the sauce. Well, I always season my ground beef, salt and pepper, nothing fancy. And then added the meat, and then to kind of round it out and give it the flavors we like, I added about 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, and I added about a 1/4 cup of ketchup and a cap full of apple cider vinegar. Boom. So easy. These were so delicious. And funny story, we were supposed to have hot dogs this night. We had a miscommunication one night when I wasn't feeling well. Lance made the kids Franks and beans, which they weren't impressed with. But he used all the hot dogs, and it just got lost in communication. I eyeballed the ketchup here, FYI, but it was about a 1/4 cup. But it got lost in communication, and so Sloppy Joe's was a quick substitute. We worked with Mason, and it worked out pretty good, but we served our Sloppy Joe's on Trader Joe's hot dog buns because we had bought hot dog buns for dinner. Turns out that's a great vehicle for Sloppy Joe's. The kids thought it was fantastic, and they actually felt like it was a little bit easier to eat. So, and we like cheese on our Sloppy Joe's, but other than that, we keep it pretty simple. We had salt and pepper potato chips from Trader Joe's, and Mason was so happy. They did let me know that these were not better than Auntie's Sloppy Joe's. My sister has a method with Sloppy Joe's that is just tried and true, and the kids had a few times while we were out in Texas, and they're really good. But they said they still like these. They said they were really good. They just weren't better than Auntie's. Boom. Easy weeknight or weekend dinner, and a happy 9-year-old boy. So you can't beat that. And then we finished the week off, his official birthday dinner. I'm sad we didn't I lost some of the footage. We got it, and when I went into the camera, it disappeared. But he wanted non-pizzas. That has been a family favorite for a while now. And guys, it was the Prego sensitive sauce that I got for 99 cents a jar, and cheese. It was that easy. These were my pizzas. We used Quattro Formaggio for most of them, and then I used a little bit of the cheddar cheese for my pizzas because it's totally fine. And I wanted Mason to have the effect of having mozzarella on his pizzas, but they were easy. They took 10 minutes to make. The older kids made them actually, and Mason was so happy. Guys, this is it for this week. It was an easy week, but it was a delicious week. I hope you liked this video, and if you do, give it a like, a thumbs up, And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell and come back, because we are going to have a lot more fun. And this week was Mason's birthday, so it's just full of fun and cool stuff. So we can't wait to see you back. We love you. We are grateful for you, and we will see you soon. Bye.